السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قال كم لبثتم في الأرض عدد سنين قالوا لبثنا يوما أو بعض يوم فاسأل العادين قال إن لبثتم إلا قليلا لو أنكم كنتم تعلمون أفحسبتم أنما خلقناكم عبثا وأنكم إلينا لا ترجعون. صدق الله العظيم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم. Alhamdulillah thumma alhamdulillah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave us tawfiq to come to His house. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept our coming here. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept our sitting here waiting for salah. It has been reported in one of the hadiths that the people who are coming in the early hours of salah and waiting, as long as they are waiting for salah, the reward of them waiting for salah is as if they are praying salah. And during that waiting time, there are angels making dua for them. Allahumma ghfir lahu, Allahumma arhamhu, Ya Allahumma arhamhu. O Allah, have mercy on them. O Allah, forgive them. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept our waiting for salah here in the early hours of Jumah as well. Ameen ya Rabbal Alameen. Our last Jumah, Alhamdulillah, with the tawfiq of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we talked about taking ownership of our actions, and we gave two references from the life of Anbiya alayhimus salatu wassalam, which taught us those lessons. One of them was the dua of Yunus alayhi salatu wassalam, which is known as Ayat Karima, La ilaha illa anta subhanaka inni kuntu min adh-dhalimin, which simply translates to, there is no one worthy of worship except Allah. Subhanak, Ya Allah, you are free of any faults. Inni kuntu min adh-dhalimin, and I'm the faulter. The other one was the dua of Adam and Hawa alayhim as-salatu was-salam, which is Rabbana zalamna anfusana wa in lam taghfir lana wa tarhamna lanakunanna min al-khasirin. Ya Allah, we are the ones who have done wrong to ourselves, and if you don't forgive us, we will be from the losers. And the more I thought of talking about of the subject of the unwan that I wanted to talk today, even though I had many titles, I had many ideas in my mind, these two du'as kept on coming back to my mind, that we also learned something else from there too. You know, sometimes we look at the Quran and we say that, we need to find places where we can pay more attention to, and we really find out that we need to pay more attention to the entire Quran. Not just those places, but the entire Quran requires our attention. Right? And this is for our own benefit. Not only, going back to the topic, not only those two dua, La ilaha illa anta subhanaka inni kuntu min adh-dhalimin and Rabbana zalamna anfusana wa illam taghfir lana wa tarhamna lanakunanna min al-khasirin, not only that they teach us the lesson of taking ownership of our own faults, of our own mistakes, they also leave us another lesson and many more lessons. This is our naqis aqal, that we are only able to drive that many, one or two lessons from there. Another important lesson that comes from these two prayers, and there are so many other prayers in the Quran as well, that there is something about self-judgment. What is self-judgment? Alhamdulillah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us Iman, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us Islam, the practice, the mutalibat, the completion of the requirements of Iman is called Islam. When we practice the requirements of Iman, that is called Islam. So we are mu'min when we believe in everything, we are Muslim when we act upon everything that is required from us. This is the difference between mu'min and a Muslim. Allah has given us these great favors, blessings, bounties, that we have Iman. Along with that, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us intellect. Aql diya, intelligence diya. We use that intelligence, we use that aql, and we judge. We make judgment between right and wrong. We may be able to quickly judge between if that fan or if this light is crooked, if it's installed correctly or not. We may be able to judge when we enter and someone is misbehaving. We are very quick to make a judgment about that situation, about that person. Question for myself first and all of us here, and those who are listening who are not here. How many times we are that quick to make a judgment about ourselves? Self-judgment is not easy. It's not easy for me to say, I made a mistake and I need to somehow reverse it. That self-judgment does come. It only comes when we find ourselves in trouble. I was caught stealing. I was stealing. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us all. I'm just giving an example. And I'm caught stealing, and now that self-judgment is coming. Yeah, I should not have done it. If that was there, if this was the case, I would have done that. I could have asked for the money from the brother. Maybe I could have gone and worked for a couple of hours and earned the same amount of money or maybe more. That's the time, an event, a situation that can bring us some trouble. We are very quick in making judgments against our own selves at that time. But it's very difficult for us to make a judgment about ourselves when we find that we are not going to be in trouble. So when we enter the masjid and we find these shoes there, and we say to ourselves, and I'm speaking to myself, and I say, what would it take? How long would it take for the brothers to put these shoes there? And at that time, I fail to make a judgment about myself that, hey, hold on, I've done it too many times, and I still do it. Right? Forget about judging people, other people. What about judging my own self? That being said, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us how much time to make a judgment about ourselves? This is another question for all of us. How much time do we have to make a judgment about ourselves? You know how much time we have? You know how much time we have? We have the whole entire life to make a judgment about ourselves. How do we get this idea from there? Pay attention to what the verses are of the dua. La ilaha illa anta subhanaka inni kuntu minadh zalimin. Not only we are learning that Yunus alayhi salatu wassalam took the ownership of making a mistake, that Ya Allah, hands down, I'm at fault. I take full responsibility of whatever is going on with me. At the same time, we learn that Yunus alayhi salatu wassalam was very quick in making a judgment about himself. He did not waste time in judging other people. Ya Allah, they were not listening. Ya Allah, you know and I know that adhab was supposed to come anyways. Right? This is being judgmental about other people's actions. And it may not have been an assumption from Prophet of Allah, it may not have been an assumption from Allah, from Yunus alayhi salatu wasalam. It may have been a guaranteed future for that nation, for the nation of Yunus alayhi salatu wasalam. And he knew it. And he could have just simply said it, Ya Allah, these were the people who got me in trouble. Ya Allah, I'm judging myself. I'm the one at fault. I'm the faulter here. Adam alayhi salatu wasalam and Hawwa alayhi salatu wasalam. And I found these two du'as, although we did mention the dua of and the action of Dawood alayhi salatu wasalam. And there are many more instances from Quran and Ahadith about people, about certain individuals who made some mistake, and right away they were quick in making a judgment about themselves. A lot of times we find ourselves difficult for us to make a judgment about ourselves. Why? Because being judgmental is being truthful. And being truthful is being bitter, and you don't want to be bitter to yourself. सच कड़वा होता है ना? बशी भाई सुनिए उर्दू में कहावत आप लोगों क्या होती है बंगला में? सच कड़वा होता है. हाँ? दोबारा बताएं. सत्तो शब्दमय कठोर है. Something similar, सच कड़वा होता है. Everyone understand? सच कड़वा होता है. दूसरे के लिए भी कड़वा होता है, लेकिन अपने लिए बहुत ज्यादा कड़वा होता है. इतना कड़वा होता है, for our own selves, truth is so bitter. It's so bitter that we don't even want to even think about speaking the truth to ourselves. Right? Adam alayhi salatu wassalam is speaking the truth. Rabbana zalamna anfusana. Ya Allah, we are the one at fault. Not only that, he is taking responsibility, ownership of his action, of listening to shaitan, of listening to his wife. He could have easily said, Ya Allah, he was my wife. I didn't want to go. And she could have easily said, Ya Allah, I'm so sorry. He lured me into it. He deceived me into it. That's giving excuse. That's not taking full ownership of your sin, of your action. Full ownership requires that we not only take the ownership, accept the responsibility, also we become judgmental about not others. Let Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala deal with others. Let Allah be the judge of what other people have done because of their action. We did this. Let Allah decide for them. Right now it's between me and my Rabb. What is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala looking for me at this time? Is to make a judgment about my own self. Because unless and until, and this is the key word here, unless and until I start becoming judgmental about myself, I will not refrain myself from committing the same mistake in future. I'll do the same thing. This self-judgment, this self-correction, this mu'ataba and muraqaba, right, will make me follow the right path in near future. Otherwise, all I will be doing, I will think that because of that person, I fell into the pit. I don't want to be around that person. Because he told me to follow this, next time I'm not going to listen to him. You may not listen to him, you probably will listen to somebody else. You'll probably listen to your own desire. And you will forget that you made a mistake, this was not the right thing to do, and you have your own ikhtiyar. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us intelligence, and because of this intelligence we are given the option to choose. We have the freedom to choose. We are free to make any decision, but we are not free from the results of our choice. We are, let me repeat this, we are free to make a decision about ourselves. We are not free from the results of the free choice that we made. So when I do something wrong, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has told me this is the right thing to do, this is the wrong thing to do, and He gave me ikhtiyar, and I choose my freedom of choice and choose the wrong path. I am free to choose that wrong path, but I cannot free myself from the result of that wrong path. That result is going to come. That result will either come in this dunya, or it will definitely come in akhirah. We can avoid seeing the results from in both worlds. And Anbiya alayhimus salatu wassalam, their lives, their actions, their words have also taught us. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made it very clear about Yunus alayhi salatu wasalam that if it was not for his tasbihat, he would have stayed there ila yawmi yub'athun, until the day of judgment. So the result was there, but that result was reversed because of tawbah, because of istighfar, because of continuously judging yourself to be at fault, because of avoiding wasting time on judging other people to be responsible for where we stand today. It's all our fault. And as I said, a lot of times we find it very difficult, extremely difficult, right, to be self-judgmental against our own selves. When do we do that? We have the whole life to do it, but this is also a deception. We'll do it when we go for Hajj, inshallah. Hajj is around the corner. We remind everyone to make intentions to go for Hajj. When we go for Umrah, that's when I will do this, inshallah. And we are delaying further and further. And not only that we are delaying to correct our wrong path, we are also delaying, we are being judgmental about ourselves, saying we are doing the right thing, but partially. We'll fix ourselves when we go somewhere else. When I'll move over there, when I'll go over there, that's when I will fix myself. I want to move to Madina Munawwara, and that's when I will fix myself. Allah has given us this life in which we have time. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, "Maghbunun fihima kathirun minan nas." Ni'matan, there are two blessings from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Ni'matan, two blessings. Maghbunun fihima kathirun minan nas. So many people are in clear deception about those two great favors of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You know what those favors are? As-sihha wal-firagh, aw kama qala an-nabiy sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Like Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, those two great bounties are, those favors from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala are sihhat, our health, and our wal-firagh, and our free time. Faraghat, aaj farig hai, nahi hai. We are in deception that no, we don't have time. Right? Inshallah, when I will go tomorrow, next Jumah, or maybe Asr Salah, or maybe tomorrow morning, I will do this. We are deceiving ourselves. And time is something that I wish when the battery died in our clocks and we saw it, our life also stopped. I wish it was like that. Right? But it's not going to stop. I wish that clock that I've been seeing in my bedroom that has no battery and it's there and it's been displaying the same time, I wish it was real. But that cannot happen. That's not true. It cannot happen. Time is clicking. Like we cannot stop the sun and the moon and the rotation of the earth, we cannot stop our time. Whatever is gone, we cannot bring it back. We cannot waste time of the past, and we cannot waste time of the future. What we can utilize or waste is what we have right now. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the tawfiq to understand what's being said. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give me the tawfiq to bring into my life the importance of life, the importance of time, and the importance of
utilizing the precious moments that we get, both of happiness and of sorrow, to connect with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala more and more day by day. Jazakumullahu khair. أقول قولي هذا واستغفر الله لي ولكم ولسائر المسلمين والمسلمات من كل ذنب فاستغفروه إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. Tomorrow, many people who are new here, we used to have this every year at the end of graduation from Darul Ulum Al-Madaniyah. For past, ever since 2019, October 2019 was the last graduation, and because of COVID, that blessed continuity stopped because of COVID, and now we are holding the ceremony after long 4 years, and like teachers are waiting for it, students are waiting for it, community members are waiting for it, we are also waiting for you to come and join us. This is your way of encouraging the students that what they have done for 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, this is your way of encouraging them. This is your way of encouraging others to join the club. Right? This is your way of encouraging and congratulating those parents who have sacrificed their wealth. Let me tell you how much it costs for a child. You know, we think that only colleges cost a lot of money, and we are concerned about our children's college education. To the best of my understanding, the most expensive child in a household will be the child who has joined a Hifz program, whether here or anywhere else, especially if that child is boarding. Not that because the school is charging a lot of money. No school over here charges unbelievable and unaffordable amount of money. No school does that. No madrasa does that. Right? It's because to make our children happy, to encourage them, to support them, parents spend a lot of money. This is my guesstimation, and I could be wrong. One child, alhamdulillah, and parents are able to spend it, takes up about $10,000 when you enroll one child for Hifz program. You're probably thinking, how do they do that? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes it happen. Right? And all of that money, not that, they're hoping that it'll come back in dunya, it will most definitely come back in akhirah. Each and every penny that they have spent on making sure that their children learn, it comes back. It pays off. If it doesn't pay off here, if you don't see them, which is very hard to find, but let's say if you don't see them, we will all see them on the Day of Judgment, inshallah. They will be the ones living the most lavish life over there. And I'm going to close, inshallah. In fact, it's going to take some time, so we'll close right here. أقول قولي هذا واستغفر الله لي ولكم ولسائر المسلمين والمسلمات من كل ذنب فاستغفروا إنه هو الغفور الرحيم.